Hey everybody, I'm back, and this time I wanted to look at Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, Relics of War. This came out last year, mid last year I think. I played it for a little bit, and I really like it a lot because it feels a little bit like an old school RTS, like a Command and Conquer, Red Alert maybe, or some kind of Warhammer, or Warcraft rather. And I like those. I used to love those kinds of games, but I guess I kind of fell out of them because the difference is this is not a real-time strategy game. It's a turn-based strategy game. It's actually a bit of a 4X strategy game. Not so much with diplomacy, but with exploration and expanding and building up your empire and researching new technologies. It's a great deal of fun, and I've been playing it mostly against the AI. And I thought I would just show a real quick start of an early game because I just got the new patch came out and the new Tryanid faction became available. So let's just jump in. I wanted to kind of show it off for a few people, so I will sort of try and tailor this to be as appropriate for anybody who wants to watch it for now. Okay, so we're at the game lobby, so to speak. Well, I guess I should call it the game lobby. And we're going to set a few things up before we start. First, I'm going to play as the Space Marines because I have yet to master them, and I like them a lot, so I'm going to play with them for a little bit longer. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this a really brutal, real quick game. And I want to see the Tyrannids in action, so we're going to actually, let's do this. Let's go with 2 Tyrannids. There we go. And then the Space Marines, their initial challenge is easy. Every faction actually plays quite differently from the other factions. There's a lot going on here, and it's a lot of fun. And I've played as most of these other factions. I haven't played as the Star Militarium, but I've played as the Necrons, Orcs, and Space Marines, of course. And I like them all. I like everything I've tried so far. It's been a lot of fun. So we're going to stick with those guys here for now. Oop. And we're going to play on a small map. Maybe let's just do a small map. Well, this is just for demonstration purposes. So whatever map you pick, it'll give you it'll tell you about what you should have. On a tiny map, it's kind of for one-on-one. By adding another team, I'll be saying, nope, we're going to go with too many people on this small map. Difficulty hard, I'm going to set it on a medium because I played on hard last time and I got completely crushed. It was set to hard because that's what I was playing on back in August, and I understand they've done some AI work, and the AI was playing very effectively. They were bouncing their units around, making it hard for me to take any one unit completely out. It was cool. It was really cool. So I'm going to play on normal. I also got to kind of relearn how to play the game. Under Advanced, you can turn on or off some of the DLCs. I don't have the Lord of Skulls DLC, which creates like a powerful neutral creep that roams the land. I don't like playing with quests because they're neat. I like them, but they add a layer of complexity and difficulty that I'm not looking for. I don't really want to have to go to different parts of the map and do different things and build certain things and research certain things. I just want it to be like a big free-for-all, like a big skirmish. So I turn quests off usually. They are neat though to see if you want to see them the first time. Simultaneous turns, I leave that on, and turn timer. Wildlife density, I had it on low, and if I remember right, that's because there's still a lot of wildlife, but I'll put it back on medium. Artifacts are really powerful bonuses you can get for your whole faction. This affects how often they spawn. Same with special resources and runes where there's like equipment to be found for your hero units. There's quite a few things you can kind of adjust. The world of Gladius is very interesting. That's the name of the game is Gladius, and that's because it's the world that this all takes place on, with its own unique flora and fauna and things. Now there's gonna be like a faction specific cinematic here, and
Gladius Prime.
It's great.
Bastion of
it looks great.
humanity.
I'm gonna skip it because honestly, I don't really think I'm gonna be the one. I'm not the method through which you should watch those first. You should see them first in front of you when you're playing. Okay, so what we got here. Oh, this is a beautiful place to start with. So this is my 2 tactical Space Marines. Everyone has a little bit different way of doing things. For example, the Space Marines only build 1 city, and they deploy it from orbit. And where you plant it is where it's going to be for the rest of the map. You can see in this little map, I'm way up here in the corner, and there's the border of the map is right there. And it's not a very big map. It's really not. And that's what we picked. So when I drop this down, it's going to give me a chance to like determine where I put it. I can put it anywhere I want, anywhere on the whole map that I can see. However, it's important to note, if I put it here, I'm actually right next to this Ruins of Vol unexplored. This is an outpost that if I command this by moving a unit onto it and owning it, I'll get plus 20% to my research. And if it's something that I'm adjacent to with one of my cities or a fortress that I can deploy, I'll also get 2 points of research. And if I start my city right next to it, guess what? I'll start the game with a big bonus to my research. So I'm going to probably do that right now. Here we go. And boom. Now I've got 10 research that I'm starting with. That's crazy. Now there's let's see. This location, when you go to like build or acquire a tile, there's a lot of information being thrown at you here. So real quickly, let me just say what the resource bar is all about. This is actually a little different for every class, every faction, because you'll notice, for example, I don't care about ore and I don't care about food, whereas orcs do, as an example. And Necrons, they don't care about food. Their units don't eat, so they have different resources. I need requisition points, I need energy, I need research, I need influence. My city has generates these things for me. They also grow a population. You need population for the buildings. There's 2 buildings here. The relay itself is where I'm getting my 6 production from, which is allowing me to build stuff at 6 production per turn. A little bit like Civilization. And the Great Hall is where is the headquarters itself, which is if it gets destroyed, I lose. So first thing I need to do is I need to either build a building, which I can build in this tile or in nope. See, there's no tiles. No buildings can be built in here, and I can't point to it because the cursor itself is the thing. But if I go to acquire a tile, you'll see this guy right here, this little symbol with a 3 next to it, or a 2. That's how many buildings you can build on that tile. This tile must have allowed for 3 buildings because I'm able to actually build something probably right on it. I can't build anywhere else, but I can build right on it. And this is actually giving me a bonus to my research as well. Both these tiles are going to give me a plus 20% bonus to my research. So I could build a research thing there, but that's not a great... I need other things early on. I'm getting a big research bonus right now. We're going to move on, focus on the other stuff. For now, I think I'm just going to acquire a tile. Boy, this is a super research-rich area. We're going to grab this because I want to be able to start building some energy and requisition buildings pretty quickly. So in 2 turns, I'll own this tile here as well. All right, that's cities. There's not a lot to them, but at the same time there is a lot going on there. We haven't explored this yet, and if a hero unit walks in there, there's going to be a goodie. It doesn't have to be a hero unit, but only hero units can equip the goodies, I find. Let's just walk in and see what it is. Okay, so we discovered an endurance implant, passive. That's going to be up here. Extra movement maximum. Wow. So whoever I give that to, probably the first hero I recruit, gets +1 to their movement maximum. Meanwhile, this guy... Now, there's nothing up here probably worth going after, so we're going to need to start exploring. So that's their movement range is 3. It takes 1 to cross. Must have been these tiles. Must just cost 1 movement point, and then there they are. Now, they still have an action point for something like throwing a grenade or shooting. I don't have any targets in sight. I do see we've got some ruins. I have a tile here that would produce additional requisition if we claimed it. So I'm going to walk down there and claim it. And I won't get the plus 2 requisition. That's in purple, unless I have a fortress that I deploy like right around here. Which honestly, putting a fortress right here is not a bad idea because it would capture this, giving us an early game bonus to requisition, and it would also give us an additional layer of protection against an incoming Tryanid invasion. And for demonstration purposes, I will just do it. The more of these you drop down, the more influence they cost over and over again. So it gets more and more expensive. The next one, the first one was 20. This one will cost 40. But now I have even more requisitions coming in, which I need because that's how I get buildings and maintain and produce units, which I'm going to need. So let's start with research. Here's the tier 1 research, tier 2, tier 3. You need like, I think it's 2 from one tier to be able to start researching the next tier. The armory is a good one. It lets you build buildings, build vehicles. And then the building itself generates requisition and research. Frag grenades would allow my infantry to toss anti-infantry grenades, which is awesome, especially since I would imagine Tyranids are considered anti-infantry. I'm gonna probably pick that. Orbital scan lets you spend requisition to reveal part of the map. The Reclusium is the building that you would use to reduce it to create a hero, and it also generates influence and increases loyalty, which I'll talk about in a second. And then the Tactical Doctrine creates a Tactical Doctrine which would appear up here. And you could spend influence to give a bonus of, I can't remember how much it is, but you can, it improves all of your units globally accuracy for like 10 turns while it's active. Okay, loyalty is an important concept. I have 5 loyalty. That's, every point of loyalty is 2% bonus to the things I generate. So because of my +5 loyalty, I'm getting 0.7 extra requisition, I'm getting 0.3 energy, I'm getting 0.4 research, and 0.6 influence, because I have high loyalty. The more population you have, your loyalty will diminish. You need to address that as your population increases with loyalty buildings. We discovered wireweed. There's a really cool compendium here too. It's fun to read through this stuff, but basically movement is very, very reduced through wireweed, and it's all over the place in this planet. Let's see here. We also found the Runes of All, and we discovered a Necron tomb, which won't come into play in this game, but Necron faction needs Necron tombs like these tiles to create cities. And here's the runes that we discovered. We talked about those. And the Grok's Pasture, which is a really, really nice tile. It's good that it's in our empire. Okay, that was a pretty lucrative first turn. Let's end it and see what happens next. Alright, so the game does feature line of sight, so there is obviously more map over here. I can't see because of the elevation, because of these dense forests. So I'm going to move him around. I don't want these guys to split up too much. There are pretty dangerous native animals around here. So I'm going to actually move down here. I'm not too worried about something wandering over here. I got 2 powerful defense buildings right here, so we're going to keep on moving. I got an achievement for some reason. I thought I had all the achievements. Okay, so let's go here, middle of the road. Okay, there's a lot of forest over there. And then let's not get too far ahead. You only get to move once. You don't get to move and then move again. So if you don't move your full movement range, it's just wasted movement. Okay, so now I've claimed this tile, and I have to do something else. I'm going to want to build, let's see, this guy, the Apothecarian, which production 6, so I'll get 6 more production, research 2, and loyalty 1, and crucially allows me to recruit infantry. So we're going to build that right on, oh man, I don't know where I want to build this. I mean, there's probably a really efficient way to build your cities up. And the reason I'm hemming and hawing is because if I build this here, I think that this bonus of +20 requisition, oh, I don't remember now. I don't remember if this +20 requisition is just globally applied to the whole city or to buildings that are built on this tile. But for now, regardless, I really need to be able to put more units out, so that's what we're going to do. And clear out these, and enter. Alright. Alright, let's see what's down here. More razor wire. Spread out a little bit. Another Grok's pasture. You gotta figure that there's gotta be like a Tryanid guy like right around here, probably right over here. We're probably gonna run into some enemies here before too long. Here's some neutral crew towns. Alright then. Research completed. A fray grenade. So now we have a fray grenade, and its cooldown is 10 turns. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go capture this so we have it in our empire. And let's go shoot these guys. We have a range of 2, so. Alright, and now my units have stats. We've got bolt guns. The weapons themselves have the stats, but we have bolt guns, which do damage, have number of attacks equal number of figures in my units. So as you take damage, you lose figures, and then your unit becomes less effective. But as they recover health, they get their figures back. You've got armor penetration is 0. Accuracy is fairly high, and that's why that doctrine becomes very powerful, because you end up hitting more of the targets you're shooting at. Increase the attacks at half range. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat. I didn't realize that if you got adjacent, you actually have more shots. Okay, so I got the grenade. I kind of want to get the Reclusium so we can start getting a hero built up, because it's nice to get one of them early. Oh, what's this guy here? Oh, that was because we had Overwatch. When you don't fire, then you get first shot when something comes in the range. We will instantly kill them, according to the attack estimate over there. We're going to do 5.9 total damage, killing all 3 of them. So let's just... Alright, and we got 1.1 experience points, and so did they, because they were... Anything nearby gets experience. And you can see that I'm level 1.1, and if I get if I get 3 experience, I'll be level 2, which will make, I think, health and maybe health and something goes up when you level up. Let's see. Let's get over here and try and find... Oh, okay. So this is a little bit tricky, because we've got these very powerful ambuls, and there's 2 of them. And you'll notice, I'm noticing, that rapid fire increases attacks at half range. So I'm going to do 2.5 damage over here, but I'm going to do 5 damage to these adjacent to us, which is what I'm going to do. They are guarding a mobile holo projector. And now this is going to, if I can capture this, it'll give a bonus to all my troops while I hold control of it. But there's also enslavers nearby, and we don't want them to swoop over and take possession of one of my troops. So I'm going to shoot this guy. Can't. Not yet, anyway. Maybe next turn. I need to kill one of these guys. These guys are very, very powerful. They have close combat weapon, and they also do rending, which increases damage across the board. They regenerate. They're a tough cookie. All right, this is going to give an artifact bonus of plus 10% hit points and plus 10% hit point maximum to all of my troops if I control it. Here's the enslavers. They're just rough. Let's see, they ignore terrain. They have psychic lash. They basically ignores armor. They can mind control. Take control of the target enemy weak-minded unit until the enslavement unit dies. They're just they're the worst. And then these are the neophyte hybrids that we just killed. So, alright. All we can do is hope. Oh! And here comes the Tyrannids. These guys pulled back. I would love to go grab this, but I think it's a terrible idea right now. I'm going to move up here. We're going to give some fire to these. What are these guys here? Termagants are agile and cunning creatures. They are amongst the smallest of the hive mind's warriors and were originally created to roam the arterial passage of the bioships in search of intruders. In planetary invasions, termagants scuttle forward on 4 legs whilst unleashing torrents of fire from the anti-personnel bioweaponry, commonly flesh borers, clutched in their clawed forelimbs. Okay, well there's 10 of them, and they do 1.5 damage. Their accuracy is not great, which is the only reason that we have a chance, usually, with like small, highly densely packed units like this. Alright, let's shoot these guys. Alright, that took out a few of them. And we're going to move this guy up here. And we're going to take out a lot more of them because we're... Oh! But they had Overwatch as well. But we have a lot of armor. We have an armor of 8, which reduces damage by like 80%. No, 64%. 8% point armor. Alright, that's going to make that really hard for them to take us out. And they're shaken, which means their morale has dropped below 66%, but still above 33%. If you go below 33%, your morale becomes broken, and you do, at shaken, you only do 75% of your normal damage, and at broken, you do half your damage. So it's not, you do not want your morale to drop. Oh god, here these guys come to say hi. Alright, so they boogied out, and they're probably too far for me to see. This volcanic terrain is brutal for trying to make any headway. So I guess we're going to just go over here and start shooting this guy. Alright, how's our city doing? We're still building. Next turn we'll have the Apothecarian built. Okay. And we'll have this researched. Oh man, they hit so hard. Yeah, we don't want to lose any guys, so that's less than great. Alright, let's move up here. We're gonna try and take this guy down. Alright, if I attack, that's 4 damage. If I throw a grenade, that's 5. There we go. That'll help a little bit. Alright, so this is nice. Now we can actually kick off for a cost of 40 points of requisition, and looks like it'll take 36 of our... We get 6 per turn, so we're going to have 6 turns to make a Space Marine. And we can build a Reclusium if we wanted to. If you build a second Apothecarium, it does double your production. Like you can build twice as fast then. And I might need to do that at some point, but let's get a hero in place. We're gonna want a melee hero. Okay, so let's get a tactical doctrine because I'd like to be able to spend our influence and make our shots count. And let's see what happens with this guy here. He regenerates. Okay, he's not retreating. Okay, this is a lot of guys over here. I might need to pull back out. Well, let's kill this guy first. Alright, let's kill this guy first. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's... This will definitely do it. Alright, let's just kill this guy. I don't know if we'll level up or not. 2. Well, we did. This guy did. Oh, they both did. Alright, well that's going to help a lot. We're going to need to basically pull out and get out of here. Head back to the protection of our cities and see what we can do. Alright, let's get out of here. These guys have to come around. They can't just hop down this train here. But I imagine that they're coming. I'm so tempted to go down there and try and kill this guy. Oh, we have the tactical doctrine. Plus 2 points of accuracy. What do you think? Should we do it? Yeah, I think we should. Let's pop this. Okay. Alright, now we are going to do 5.3 damage because of our high accuracy. and the accuracy is actually helped grenades as well. So we're gonna actually throw grenades for almost 8 points of damage, and we might kill one of these guys. There we go. We might be able to sneak down there and try and get that artifact before we start dealing with the Tyrannids. Okay, crack grenades are great against anti-armor. Orbital scan is just really handy in general. The armory is where I build vehicles, which I'm going to probably want at some point. I mean, I don't... okay, I didn't show this last time, and I meant to. Everything in all these tiers is very good. I have a really hard time picking something here when I could be grabbing Assault Space Marines or Chaplains. But the truth is, there are very cool things at every tier, and there are 10 tiers of technology. There's a lot of units and things in this game. It's great. Okay, so let's grab an armory just so we can build it. Alright, let's see what happens next. Next turn, this guy... Yeah, see, these guys are pretty aggressive, and that's because they're neutral robot guys, I think. Okay. Let's take this guy out. This does last for 9 turns, but then it takes 10 more turns to... Oh, does it last for 9 turns or just 1 turn? A 1-turn use. Man, that's a lot of casualties. What does this say? Accuracy is still 10. Yeah, I guess it just lasts for 10 turns. It is amazing. Okay. We're doing great. Oh, by the way, this is a trader encampment. I also like that the game randomly generates these maps. First of all, it's a key thing that I think is really cool about this game. It's more than an RTS in that regard. But also, I like that there's these kind of cool tiles that you can do different things with. This one is a trader encampment, and it's got a little trader icon, so if you brought a hero unit here, you could spend resources on equipment. Okay. See, these guys are going to pull back, which is too bad, because they're going to deny us the experience points. I think what we should do is let's head down here. I want to try and get this. Extra hit points is a pretty big deal, as you can imagine. We're almost done building the Reclusium, and we're almost done with our next unit of Space Marines. So we're doing good there. These guys, not sure how we're going to get over there. Alright, let's move these guys down. Let's capture this for the resource bonus. Sorry, yeah, well, the resource here is influence. We're going to get a little more influence, which we're going to need for recruiting a hero. Okay, perfect. And let's have you capture this. 16 health, and we have 17. Very, very, very cool. But these guys are probably not going to let that stand. So we're going to need these guys to come down here and help take them out. And our city can do something now. We can still build something right on the building itself there. We don't have enough because we use that doctrine, which is normally something I wouldn't do, but I want to kind of show it off. We can't afford our first captain yet, so I think what I might do is actually get a Silarium going, because that gives us extra influence, just so I can get my hero unit built at some point. And then, I can still build another... I can build another Marine if I wanted to. I mean, they do take requisitions, but I don't expect them to live forever either. So we're going to start building them. Ooh, this is a slope, isn't it? Yep. Yep, it sure is. Okay, let's get over here. You hold your ground. And we are going to research. I'm going to skip orbital scan. And we need dormitories. Dormitories are going to grow your population. And see these little buildings here we've got? We've got these 2 buildings and these 2 buildings. We're sitting great because we have 3 required population, because the default building doesn't require a population point, but every other building does. One of these 2 doesn't need one. So we need 2 for here and 1 for one of these for 3 total population, and we've got 4. So we're good. But at some point, as we expand this city, we're going to need more population, and right now 6 is the maximum. Dormitories give you +6 population, so we're going to need to start building those at some point. Might as well research it now. Oh, they took us back. Lost all that health. I'm not seeing anybody over here. Oh, but they are there. If you hold on the right-click button, it tells you what the range is. You can see that if I took 1 step to the east, I'd be in range to shoot these guys, but I cannot. These guys can shoot them. Oh, shoot. Let's shoot these guys. That wasn't terrible. Alright. That was pretty good return fire. Okay. Alright. It's getting close for the better accuracy. Units say random stuff. That's awesome. Okay, so let's get up here, because yep, they're there. They were shaking. That won't hurt us too much. Okay. Alright, there we go. That won't hurt us none. Let's get up here. Let's have this higher inflict as much damage as possible. We got to shoot from range. And that'll finish them off. Experience points for everybody. Okay. 1 experience point. Alright, that was good. That worked out pretty well. So now I would try and push through here and see what we can come across. I would probably want to heal my guys first, though. Let them just hold position until they're healed. They'll heal every turn they don't move or do anything. And now I've got my influence coming in, so I can recruit a captain. So in 6 turns I'll have a captain to help lead them. Let's claim another tile. Let's grab this tile. And that's Gladius. Play would keep continuing from there. I'm not going to keep recording. I just wanted to show the game off a little bit. So I do appreciate you sticking by me while I showed off this really cool game. It's been out for a while. It's from Slytherin. I think it's like $40 on Steam, and then the Tryanid DLC is like 15 more. To me, it's worth the money of basically a full price game, because I'm gonna play this. I put in like 15 hours, and I'm gonna play it for another who knows how many. I just love setting up a situation, a map size, different parameters, different allies and enemies, and just going and seeing what happens. And I keep playing the Space Marines over and over again because I like them, but I could play any of them. I like all the ones I've tried so far. And I have some I haven't even tried yet. There's a lot of content here. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.